can do. We have another 10 minutes tops before this ship sinks like a stone.
60% of the left cabin has been flooded, as well as 75% of the right cabin. The ship cannot survive such a ferocious storm. Timekeeper, we should get ready for evacuation.
Prepare the teleport soft disk.
Wait, what are you talking about? Are we going to abandon the ship? These are just some breezes and ripples. Won't last longer than a blink of an eye. Just hold on to the wheel and we'll...
That sounds like the turbine just cracked.
Great. So only 2 minutes left.
A true captain will never abandon her ship. I have sworn to live and die with Rockin' Apple, the second of its name.
Then why is it the second?
Damn it. Sotheby just bought us this ship. I racked my brains to think of all the assurances I could give to get that governess off my back.
I think it's better for us to embrace the fact that all things would come to an end, Captain.
Sometimes, deserting is to leave for another battlefield.
Oh, you're one to talk about deserting. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have ended up like this in the middle of the...
Timekeeper, we have an emergency. The teleport soft disk can't be activated. I've tried other contingency teleport incantations, but none of them worked in this area. Neither did the communicator. It's as if something is jamming the signal.
Jamming.
I see. I have a question for you, Sanato.
Please, Timekeeper.
In the field mission evacuation instructions, apart from the part about asking the Timekeeper for help, is there anyone else we can reach out to for rescue?
Seriously, Vertin.
I see what's going on now. This is a trap! And you are behind all this! It is you who played that nonsense travel note from 1999 and lured us into this random sea in order to torture us, afflict us, and now feed us to the fish! Go ahead, give us the wicked villain laugh, you manus mole! Quit playing innocent here!
I don't know. I mean no harm.
Nice try. See what else you've got
Nice
to say
try.
when this pirate opens your battery cover and finds
Made in
Lady
Dragon
Manus
Zero.
there.
Please, do not shake me. If I broadcast how to clean kitchen appliances for you now, will it brighten up your
딴 거 어디다
mood?
쓰라고.
Like hell it will. Can't you see? My ship is going down. Along with my record
그걸 배
collection
안에
and
놔두지
your battery
말라고.
cover to the bottom of the sea for good. Even John Lennon can't do anything about it now.
I'm terribly sorry. I can't see. I could only touch, hear, and imagine.
아까 청각은 있어? 눈은 없는데?
How about this program? Lesson 101, the express route to heaven one shouldn't miss. I think it would serve you better.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore. My records, my Dr. Pepper's, my pirate radio, my Rockin' Apple the Second. For crying out loud, what have I done to deserve this?
Well, she did try her best to pick the music. Though no one is in the mood, I think this piece is not bad. As to Regulus's question, we need to slightly twiddle this knob to 1913. This is
the official letter of appointment from the Foundation. Congratulations, Burton. After the long evaluation period and the re-examination, the Storm Reformation, Manpower and Discipline has been officially approved by the Pact's Security Council. Team Timekeeper is now a legitimate, independent department. You are now granted a more flexible autonomy and independent budget.
What was that? Did you say budget? Does that mean the Foundation will assign me a new ship?
Unfortunately, independent means doesn't rely on others.
I could apply for a ship for you, but it's not guaranteed.
Misers. Fine. Not that I wanted an obsolete ship painted in grey as shepherd check.
However, the price of passing that bill is to let the Foundation keep its authority to discipline unregistered arcanists. The arcanists who have been and will be assigned to Timekeeper's team will be put through a risk assessment procedure carried out by the Foundation. Those who are in lower risk categories only need to receive primary artificial somnambulism training, while the high-risk ones will go to the School of Discipline. But I will make sure they will be registered as members of Team Timekeeper when they enroll.
I see. I have only one question. Are you still our point of contact for the Foundation, Madam Z?
Yes, of course.
Then I have no further questions.
Meanwhile, Team Timekeeper can apply for secondment from the Foundation, Laplace, and Zeno if necessary. You can check this file for more details. It stays the same. Keep investigating the Storm and Manus Vindictae. You can make your own plans of action. The Foundation only needs a monthly report on the result. You're the first in command, Burton.
Okay.
You already have a target, I assume.
That base that Manus used to keep at Zeliti House 4 years ago. It has never been reversed by the Storm. I'd like to investigate that place again.
So you've been there many times. Well, that'd make a good start for Team Timekeeper. I'll arrange for some people to meet you at the base. I think you'll have a great time together.
The fog is thick here.
It used to be the nest of a Litiaus, a kind of creature resting in valleys with abundant water resources. What's more, it's winter now.
So why do I have to be the errand girl? The Foundation wasn't even planning to give me a ship.
Miss Netto is going through the procedures in the headquarters to transfer herself to Team Timekeeper. Mustruvis and Sotheby are on a break, for they have spent much time and energy clearing the woods and repairing the Foundation square. Miss Lilia has been given an administrative penalty because she broke into the rehabilitation center not long ago. This leads us to the current situation, where only the captain and this apple are able to act freely.
What? So in the end, was I, the renowned rocking pirate, the only one who didn't cause any damage to the Foundation buildings? Ugh! I have never felt so humiliated in my life!
You're not planning on destroying this place now, are you, Regulus?
No. Huh? Hey, see who's here? Lilia and a stranger.
What took you so long? Fell into a gutter?
Hello, Timekeeper. My name is Moisson. My employee ID is SF27602191908238X. I believe Madame Z has told you about me. I am now an official member of your team.
Miss Morson, welcome to the team. Madame Z said you're an excellent tutor in Arcanum.
She's too kind to say so. In fact, I have a lot to learn from you. Also, thank you for taking good care of Miss Sotheby.
Hold on, you know Sotheby?
According to Madame Z, Miss Morzan used to be Sotheby's private teacher.
It is a long story. Let Miss Lilia give us an introduction to the base first. As the field operator, she knows this place better.
After I got promoted and transferred to the headquarters, those exciting outbound missions have been removed from my schedule. In short, although it's called the base, the only place unaffected by the storm is a narrow 20-meter-long corridor no larger than a hunter's lodge. My former fellows had already searched this place from top to bottom. Those Laplace dudes had even sent in their lapdogs to search here inch by inch. Found nothing but some excrement of the Alitius and the dog's own poop.
There might be some clues that are invisible. Regulus is a specialist in optical arcane skills. Maybe she can find something.
A specialist? Well, I'll take that as a compliment. But for the record, compared to searching, hiding treasures is more of a pirate's lot. So if it were up to me to hide treasures in this place...
Please hold on for a second, Captain Regulus. The fog seems abnormally thick.
Lucky you, they hit the jackpot right away. There shouldn't be any ambush in this place.
Easy, Ms. Regulus. Please carefully retreat to my side. Ms. Timekeeper, please cover us.
Alright, just one thing. I will be home by 10.
No wingman is needed.
Finally, some interesting work. Take it easy. Don't be so furious.
Oh!
Handle it gently.
A little trick. Don't blink.
How dare you? Take it.
Handle it gently. My child, here's something fun for you.
Red 38 is about to return.
오.
Hold on. It was a misunderstanding, Timekeeper. We attacked to defend ourselves. We are not the enemy. We are the investigators from the Foundation. These are our IDs.
The base has been deserted long ago, right? What's the purpose of the investigation now?
The outside world has been reversed to 1913. We are here to collect the lost scientific devices from the 1970s.
Science and technologies are regressing rapidly due to the storm. Those old devices, which used to be outdated, have become valuable to us.
I see. Do you mind us investigating this place? It won't be long.
Sure. We are glad to give you a hand if you need it, Timekeeper.
Good. I have some questions about the base, and I wonder if you may help.
So it was just a mistake. Back to treasure hunting now? Let's see what Zeno and Laplace have left here. Infrared shotgun.
고개선역조.
Oh, Magalev auto feeder. Kato calibrator. Oh my god! And a full box of Laplace's military chocolate. Vertin! Come check it out! This is all good stuff. Solid MREs. Ahem. This pirate with a heart of gold wouldn't mind tasting it for you.
I don't mean to rain on your parade, but even dogs won't eat those things. It makes Alitia's excrement smell better in comparison.
That being said, to the best of this apple's knowledge, canine animals shouldn't have consumed any food which contains theobromine anyhow.
Then can I have it or not?
There is nothing to be worried about, since the captain is not an animal of the Canidae family.
Well said, as befits the first mate of mine.
Wait a second, Regulus. Show me the thing in your arms.
Why? What do you want? Feel like my chocolate now?
No, the supply box. It has my name on it.
Wow, true. Are there any other Vertin in the Foundation?
As far as I know, no one is called by that name but me.
Looks like an ordinary wooden box. But these ordinary boxes are always the most dangerous.
So, turns out we did find something useful in this treasure hunt. It even has Vertin's name on it, like a celebrity autograph. A treasure indeed.
Regulus, wait, don't...
No one can stop a pirate from opening her fresh trophy!
예인병. 아, 폭탄 아니네.
News of the day. The Outcasts held the 11,231st pep rally in the Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. They eventually unanimously passed the principle of dozing in spring, relaxing in summer, slacking off in autumn, and hibernating in winter. Practical Modern Incantations has now been reissued for the 77th time. We are now at the end of the 20th century. This book still remains the #1 book on the list of most regretful purchase on Classic Score by The New Yorker. Biographer Erd has recently published her latest travel notes, Roaming in a Peyron, which has started a new round of craze for traveling in the Aegean Sea region. The chief editor of The Voice of the Millennium strongly recommends this book, praising it to be the literary reproduction of the romantic, elegant, and classical dreams, a glimpse of the golden era. Among them, criticisms abound. The Babylonian Review issued a warning that the author's observation of the Apollo star was fatally inaccurate. Self-driving tourists can easily get lost in the Gorgon Current backwash if they do not correct their direction by 3.14 degrees on the Ford Sextant Model T. Time for late night news.
What? End of the 20th century? Voice of the Millennium? Is this radio broadcasting news in 1999?
Just as I suspected. Since Timekeeper hasn't reported the time of this era to the Foundation, you two, as the Foundation's investigators, shouldn't have known what year this is. In such pouring rain, time is the best proof of identity.
Huh, I get it. Not a bad plot.
Miss Morzon, watch your six. Let us help you.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
Whose heart
And
is not
gently.
Don't be so furious.
My child, here's something fun for you.
Don't blink.
Shit! One of kind.
Take it easy.
Don't blink.
A little trick.
Hey!
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Haven't you eaten?
Handle it
Whose heart
gently.
is beating so loud?
Whatever.
Take it easy.
Сколько побед. Swallow my exhaust.
Talking out comes to the
Hey, child, here's something fun for you. And take it easy. Flying handbag for only 3,000 paper
A little
aunties.
trick.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
You better take it.
Didn't expect them to be clever enough to disguise themselves as the Foundation's investigators. They sure have learnt a thing or two.
The era of 1929 only lasted for 2 days. The frequent change of time muddles work and responsibilities in the Foundation, which in turn caused some chaos within it. Luckily, Miss Morzon noticed the signs of it at the beginning.
Timekeeper, please take a look at this box. I'm afraid this is what they came here for.
This is the Manus Marsh they used to stay immune to the storm.
I will explain all of these as briefly as possible. Good news. The analysis report on the mask you submitted to the Scientific Computing Center is now available, Timekeeper. We found the same component in it as the raindrop from the storm. This is a component named asymmetrical nuclide R by the Scientific Computing Center. Its name comes from the bifurcation structure it presents under the Arcanum imaging. The Scientific Computing Center has also run some tests on the samples of the raindrops you previously submitted. After removing all water, mud, human hair, and dandruff within, the remaining unanalyzable component is what we called asymmetrical nuclide R.
What a familiar name.
But it disappeared right away, and we only have a photo of it. Fortunately, we extracted the stable form of it from the Manus mask. It might be the key to staying immune to the storm.
Does that mean it'll be possible for the Scientific Computing Center to develop protective gears which are immune to the storm? Like the Manus does?
Seems to be so. A credit to you. The whole center is crazy about it, and I am responsible for passing along the good news on behalf of my fatigued colleagues, who stayed up all night and suffered from neurasthenia. We need more samples. This is a sampling device for asymmetrical nuclide R. It's the one and only. The manual is in the interlayer.
I'll be careful. Thank you, Mesmer.
Don't be. I'm just delivering this for someone else.
How do you feel now? I'm sorry about what happened in the rehab center.
I'm good. It just helped me further verify some factual information about arcanists. It's just... I thought you weren't one of them, Vertin.
네가 먼저 잘못했잖아. 네가 먼저 족같이 굴었잖아.
I just heard some spirit-lifting news at the hall. Phenomenal achievement, Timekeeper. It's a tremendous breakthrough in our fight with Manus Vindictae. Everyone at the headquarters is cheering. Although, I don't know what this component really is. Is it a kind of ritual? Or a unique substance?
That'll be the next thing to find out in our investigation, I think. Manus Vindictae always has more information on the storm and how to be immune to it. We've been trying our best to keep up with their progress. Fortunately, now we have another direction.
Oh, and these are the files you asked me to search for. Luckily, the SPDM library has every single issue of Global Arcane Geography since the 1960s. Also, Miss Sotheby accepted your request.
Thank you, Sonetto. With these files and the help of Regulus, that should be enough.
Yeah, go on. What else do you get except for playing dumb, you cunning flower-headed tin box? Speak! Tell us what you know. Like, what were you doing in the Elitiao's base? In what way are you associated with Manus Vindictae? And who put you in that box which has Vertin's name on it?
I have no idea.
And those ridiculous radio programs, end of the 20th century, voice of the millennium and roaming in a Pyren. Don't waste our time. Otherwise, we have no choice but bathe you with this bottle of vodka.
Jeez, do you really mean that? Anything less cruel?
Formalin, of course! I never waste my drinks.
Yeah, that's more like it.
But I really don't know anything. I'm just the receiver of signals. Please believe me. When I woke up, I was already in that box.
This interrogation won't get us anywhere. Laplace didn't detect any unusual arcane marks on her.
But she was there with those Manus pawns in that base. Say anything you want, she will still be a solid suspect.
Yes, I understand what you mean. But for now, the evidence can't support our speculation. A field trip may be helpful, I guess. What's your plan? Will you come with me? I've informed Madame Z. This will be the first official field mission of our team. Sotheby and Juvis are still on leave. They will not take part in this action. While Miss Morzon will stay put in the Foundation's headquarters as our contact.
Wait, a field mission? Didn't we just come back from that Elitiao base? Besides, where is this field?
The Apollo star we just heard about means the sun. The Ford Sextant Model T is an arcane device produced in the early 19th century. The Scientific Computing Centre has one of those as a part of their collection. The Gorgon current is mostly created in the Aegean Sea, near the Balkan Peninsula. I remembered an Arcanum magazine in the 1970s had a detailed article about this and introduced the circulating current. I read it in the periodical room in SPDM. The current will be flowing backwards every time the Earth is at aphelion and perihelion. This is also known as the current reversal. Which is on the 3rd day of January in July this year. And the time in the outside world is January the 1st, 1914.
Are you saying that all those broadcasts are leading us to an actual place? Why? I thought we'd have a nice break after this.
Regulus, you've been longing for a ship, haven't you? What if I tell you that I've got you one?
Now, hold on a second. Come to think of it, it wasn't the flower-headed radio thingy who tricked me into the Aegean Sea. It was Vertin.
Watch out! The big wave!
Нет, this is enough! SU-01
Wait, Lilia! Are you sure about taking off in such stormy weather?
This isn't a normal storm. Something is attacking us from the ocean! I need to pull it out! You guys go study that whatever instruction right now. Haha, I finally got you, damn bastard. It's my turn!
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
Who's hard to
Handle it gently. Oh? Hey! Take it easy.
I hear something.
A little bit hot here. Bloody take it easy.
So loud.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Talking out calms people
Flying
down.
handbag for only 3,000 shepherd aunties. Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
Ed è subito sera.
Well done, Sinetto. Now cut the other halyard. We need to reduce the angle of attack and depower the ship.
Roger that.
But we can't stay like this for long. Vertin, have you thought of anything?
It's not working. I've tried different ways, but the Tempest blocked every signal I sent for help.
So is that it? We are as good as dead?
Wait, there might be another way. I'm sorry, Miss Radio. I need to borrow you for a second.
Huh?
Field Mission Evacuation Instructions, Article 21. Whenever there is an emergency, The field officer may send an SOS code with their wands through any transmission device with round buttons on it. Any Foundation member nearby will provide immediate humanitarian aid. To send the code, please turn the knob 1 time to the right, half to the left, and then 1 time to the right. If you succeed, you shall hear
May the peace be with you.
I've never seen such a tremendous ritual.
We are the Special Mission Squad Razor. Please show me your ID.
Thank you so much. We are...
Oh, we know you, Timekeeper. Even in our Special Operations Squad, you have quite a name. It seems you're in big trouble, huh?
We were under attack by a giant sea monster when sailing in the Gorgon Current. Please help us ashore safely.
Right down to business. Good, good. I like a straightforward person. All right, William, Todd, better get a move on.
Interesting words. Something.
Take it easy. Handle it gently.
Talking out calms people down.
Try for free. Try for free.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere. Shit. I hear something.
Nowhere.
Whose heart is beating
Wanna
so
watch
loud?
the aerials? Fine.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Radio waves are everywhere.
Don't blink.
Everywhere.
A little trick. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Relax.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
It will all be fine. Thank you for your cooperation.
Right wind. Right wind.
Come back to me.
I hear something.
VDV. Сколько побед?
Whose heart is beating so loud?
ВДБ. Сколько
Don't
побед?
be so furious.
Phase. Don't resist. A two, two,
Swallow my exhaust.
Whose heart is
Take
beating
it
so loud?
easy.
I hear
Handle
something.
it gently.
Whose heart is beating so
Take
loud?
it easy.
Talking out calms people down.
My child, here's something fun for you.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
엥? 그게
They
그렇게
are
죽는
much
거야?
naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Incredible. Is that a full-size Gorgon? I've only read about this ancient sea monster in literatures. Watch out! Its eyes will turn you into stone!
There has been no witness report of a Gorgon since the 12th century. I thought the current was simply named after the mythology.
Well, it's my privilege to have the chance to fight against it, huh? William, Todd, let's see who gets it down first!
Entity should not be multiplied unnecessarily. Captain, I hope you still remember our founding motto.
Want to compete with me in speed? Have a try, if you dare.
Oh, you have guts and I appreciate it. Bring it on! Speed up, my friends. We need to rush back to the Balkan Peninsula for another mission.
Everyone, please wait a minute. The size of the sea monster. It's shrinking.
What's happening now? It's gone out of sight. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Not good. It's crawling into the cabin. It plans to tear the ship apart from the inside. Everyone watch out.
Your watch was wrong. Pardon me? Your watch was wrong. Are you talking about my pocket watch? Your watch was losing time, so I fixed it for you. I don't understand. Do you mean this is the right time? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the year 2007, is it not?
You're saying we're in 2007? Do you know the storm?
Is that how you call it? We call it the emanation. The tide of Numa is pouring down from above and converging. It would raise as a tsunami and break the world of matters where darkness abounds.
I don't understand.
This shouldn't be hard for you to understand. You are also a real number. I am 37. What's your number?
I'm Vertin.
No. I'm asking your number. The scripture says only the people who are still in search of their essences would identify themselves by a combination of meaningless phonetic symbols. Well, so you don't know your number yet. Just like Sophia.
Have you seen my companions?
Yes. Are you looking for the integer or the fraction? Or the irrational number? Or the imaginary number?
What?
Integers are the living example of virtues. Fractions can be understood through specific means. Irrational numbers are the free spirits, while imaginary numbers are the existence which doesn't belong to this dimension of the number axis. Which one are you looking for?
I'll ask something else instead. What is this place?
정수 분수 아니면 무리 서수? 정수 훈련 이불가 찾고 분수는 이해. 레글루스. 아르카나. 소네트의 정수. 이해시켜줄 방법이 필요해. 릴리야? 아, 이게 릴리안가?
Island.
Island?
What island?
Have you seen another island?
Maybe another question. Did a biographer named Erd visit here before? In 1999?
1999. Oh, 1999. 1999 is a lovely, centered triangular number. But I believe this number has been abused in the Doomsday stories. I mean, people are too invested in its meaning. In fact, 1999 is nothing special compared to 1991 and 1993. However, 999 is a brilliant number. It is a Capricorn number, a palindromic number, and the largest three-digit natural number.
Sorry to interrupt, but I only meant to ask about Erd the biographer. She'd been here on this island and written a travel note called Roaming in Aperon. Does the name or the book ring a bell?
I am sorry. I have no idea about the fragments of matters you're talking about.
Fragments of matters?
Help! Somebody help!
Captain, you should go. This apple's arm has...
넌 팔 없잖아. 아, 있긴 하지.
No! Mr. Apple, stay with me for a little longer. Piss off! Shush! You wicked dolphins! Mr. Apple is not your breakfast, nor are my records! Huh? Isn't that Vertin? Vertin! Are you done with the standing and staring? Come give us a hand!
돌고래야 진짜 저기.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior? Hey, handle it gently. Oh? Flying handbag for only 3,000 turbidantes. Hey!
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh. Right wing.
Take it easy.
Talking out calms people
Flying
down.
handbag for only 3,000
Right
turbidantes.
wing.
How dare you?
Wanna watch time?
Whose heart is beating so loud?
A little trick.
Radio waves are everywhere. Retreat! What? We should listen to
Handle
the
it
call.
gently.
Сколько побед?
Always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
Swallow my exhaust. Red 38 is about to return.
네.
Thank God you were here, Vertin. Mr. Apple and I were this close to being made a stargazy pie by these clever bastards and served to the dinner table.
You've also been incredibly helpful, Regulus.
Is that so? Like how?
You rebuild my confidence in communicating with people. Have you seen Sonetto and the others?
No, I woke up on a dolphin's
인간과
back.
소통할 수 있는 자신감.
Thought they had saved my life at first and was quite grateful to them, but the next moment they just started all the beating and biting.
They think you are an irrational number. That's why they bit you.
뭐라는 거야?
Whoa! This little lady made me jump. Vertin, who is this long-haired stranger?
Timekeeper. Thank goodness you are all safe and sound. Lilia's on her way. Now we only need to find the captain and his team members.
Sonetto, these people are...
They are the Apuron believers. They lent us a helping hand after the ship went down.
Not at all. An integer is under an obligation to help his kind. Miss Sonetto, have you found your friends?
Yes, only the members of the Razor Squad are still missing. They also belong to the St. Pavlov Foundation like we do.
Imaginary numbers are not of our concern.
Imaginary numbers?
You should not linger here if you have already found your lost friends. We will provide a boat for you to leave. Our school of thought does not accommodate uninvited guests.
Wait! We have something to...
What if we know about the emanation? We are the investigators from St. Pavlov Foundation. We are glad to share the information about the storm, or the emanation. Please grant us entry to this island so that we can share them. Timekeeper? I'll explain to you later. Trust me. Please, Sonetto.
Come this way. We will talk. However, only integers and fractions are welcomed here. No irrational number is allowed on this island. Throw her into the sea.
Huh? Wait. Now hold on a second. I said pull!
스토브 아가씨 약간 마른 것 같다. 부단의 식단이 약간 단조로울 수도 있겠다. 견과류, 치즈, 크리스피, 라즈베리 머랭 푸딩. 메리 스미스 신규 돌아온.
Oh, I know you must be surprised, darling, but we're old friends. We've talked many times. Oh, let your guard down. A grandma like me won't be in your way. We can talk about me later, when we need to. For now, let's seize the day and take a look at the new stuff that just came in. As you can see, the fog has filled up this place, giving it a little bit of a mystery. Now, darling, open the door and go through it. That's what it's for, as well as what makes it better than a wall. Whether it's locked or not, the door itself is already a sign of...
뭐지?
We're in, finally. Every door leads well. I've heard of that before. It's a space beyond reality and imagination. Hope you don't mind this grandma won't stop nagging. Just take your time to organize these. Hey, what's that? It's a letter. I know what's going on in your mind, but think about it.
나중에 다 끝내면 오자. 아닌가? 할 때나? 모르겠다. 소리 다 밀고 와서.
You still look confused. I know, darling. You haven't even vomited up the mouthfuls of seawater you... Usually, yes. Usually, when those drunkards and patients wake up from a coma, just like you do right now, the first one will help you find out the name of the land you are lying on, and the other will help you calibrate that bizarre wall. All right, now it's finally the right time to make things clear. Open your mouth and throw up whatever you... Oh, darling, why not let it be? We gotta let the past be the past. Like, anyways. Ah, finally a question about yourself. In front of you, a cry for help will be drowned out by the waves. And even the strongest legs are tied. See? There's no way to leave. But it's a good opportunity to have an island tour. Not even you can avoid asking this question. Yes. Time is back on the right track, going where it's supposed to be. Raindrops literally drop again. And no... Oh... You still doubt it, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Don't get me wrong. I can tell you are being burned by anxiety. Time is like a soccer tort, and now it has been divided into men. The gentlemen are still growing handlebar mustaches, and the ladies have not yet flattened the curves on their bodies. New money buys one art piece after. A cafe named San Marco officially opens, gathering the most outstanding intellectuals and writers of the time. They talk and laugh there as if... Then the cafe receives a neurologist whose briefcase carries the interpretation of dreams and celluloid film. At this point, helmets remain intact in the warehouse. Gauze only works in hospitals. But soon enough, the young people who swore to retrieve their homeland will take up daggers, and buildings will shake like a leaf, and rocks will fall off and hit the walls. Screams will try to break free from people's throats. And at that moment, a clip will be loaded secretly in the golden age is about to end. A vortex of blood is already swirling in the river of... When that actually happens, all the beautiful curves derived from nature, even this cafe will be smashed. See? We have combed the hair now. Everything I just talked about. You wouldn't buy the nonsense about the fairness of time when you reach my age. It actually... All right, that's it. I've talked enough. Now, get up, darling, and brush the sand off yourself.
Who ate beans? Even that. Welcome to the world of numbers. Uh-huh. Huh. Rational. The final bit of perfect argument. Welcome to the world of numbers. Intersect and divide. Who ate beans? It could be found. Are you irrational numbers? So troublesome. Rational. The final perfect argument. Welcome to the world of numbers. Form is a bubble. Huh. It could be found. Uh-huh. How troublesome. Who ate beans? It could be found. Uh-huh. Rational. The final demonstration. A perfect argument. Welcome to the world of numbers. Intersect and divide. Huh. It could be found. A perfect argument. Form is a bubble. Time to check my calculation. The final demonstration. Even that. Welcome to the world of numbers. Huh.
Yes, all is well. Those dolphins sent us to the other side of the currents. And one more thing, Captain, and I'm asking this with no ill intention. May I know your lineage? Thank you. I wish your next mission would be trouble-free too. And one more thing, Captain, and I'm asking this with no ill intention. The members of the Razor Squad are all humans.
It's clear then. Real numbers refer to arcanists, and imaginary numbers mean humans.
Then what is the rest of this nonsense?
Sonetto, Vertin, and this apple are integers.
While Miss Lilia and I are fractions.
나도 분수 나왔는데.
Don't bother asking. I'm pure blood.
This apple is also made of pure apple juice.
I only consume 1.5 volt DC.
So it's not determined by our lineage, or Regulus would have been an integer too.
So why on earth am I the irrational number? Why only me? Unfair. I demand the ruling to be changed.
Shut up. We grappled hard to get you on this island. So you have no choice but to stay in the worst guest room.
You call this a guest room? A cell, more like.
Perhaps this piece of news will cheer you up. We are prisoners in the world, and our body is the cage of the soul.
Oh, cut me a break. Might as well play us some rock music.
Seems the residents on this island venerate integer numbers. And irrational numbers, or the non-terminating, non-repeating decimals, cannot be represented as the ratio of two integers, hence they are discriminated.
No, no, no. Who are they to judge and decide me to be the irrational number? I was the only person who didn't cause any damage to the Foundation in the previous protest. Oh, why do I get to have the worst of both worlds?
그럴 수 있지.
I've requested information from Ms. Moisson about Apiron, but it will take some time for the files to come in. The captain of the Razor Special Operations Squad told me this might be a settlement of a group of arcanists who have been long cut off from the world. Unlike other unregistered arcanists, these people chose not to live alongside the humans. They still lead an ancient arcanist way of life and follow the old customs. We must be meticulous when getting in touch with them.
But they used modern mathematical terms. And that girl talked about Caprica. He was an Indian mathematician active in the first half of the 20th century. I think they are not living in complete isolation. They are still in contact with the outside world.
This place wouldn't be affected by the storm, just like the Elitiao base, Foundation headquarters, and my suitcase. The travel notes in 1999, Manus Vindictae showing up in Elitiao's base. The storm, or emanation, they must be somehow connected. And we'll find our answer here, I think.
Very energetic, Capitan. By the way, how come nobody's here to welcome us? They wouldn't suddenly decide to detain us all just because we have an irrational number here, right?
I'm with you all the time. Six asked me to welcome you.
Oh, scared me again. What were you doing hiding in the corner?
Because it seemed you were in the middle of proving a conjecture. According to the scripture, disturbing others when they are giving proof of their arguments is as sinful as eating beans. I don't want to be bound to the rocks of the Caucasus Mountain and have vultures eat my eyes after my death.
Eating beans?
Eating beans is the sin of sins. The biggest, worst, and ugliest crime. People eating beans will never
그냥 우리가 콩을
transmigrate.
싫어하는 거지.
They deserve nothing but eternal punishment.
What? Are you serious? Is this rule only for soybeans? What about broad beans, snow peas, chickpeas? And what does it say about other bean-based products?
Beans are beans.
You're funny. This doesn't even make sense. By this logic, aren't the coffee drinkers going to rot in hell? I happen to have a box of coffee beans in my bag. If I put one coffee bean in my mouth, will the vulture get me right away? No way! Whoa, easy, mate. Do you want to get physical? This pirate is not scared of you. Oh, not fair! The critters are coming to your aid!
This is not good. We need to separate them.
카본크, 기아학 카본크, 프리즘 카본크, 자갈 카본크. 카본크의 바리에이션 이렇게.
Some interesting words.
Take it easy.
Talking out calms people down.
A little trick.
Handle it gently.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Try for free. Try for free.
Don't blink.
Hey, I'm the support staff. Retreat! What? I can't make a call?
Would you buy me a drink? The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Don't be so furious.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 favorite aunties.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Let go! Let go! What are you, a dog? Ugh, Vertin! Sonetto! Lilia! Get her off me!
Oh?
What is going on here? 37, let go of the guest's head. Now. Sorry that I'm late. I'm Sophia, the corrector of Apiron. I will take over from here.
Oh, finally! We have an ordinary person here.
Please, let's talk on the way to the outside.
전략 면도날.
We believe everything can be translated into numbers. Things are made up of numbers, and mathematics is the key to opening the gate of truth. It is like the fire that lifts us from the darkness. This world may decay in time, but numbers will transcend the limit placed for all other things in existence. And if one can take up the challenges and improve oneself with practice, they may clear their thoughts and find out their truth. That is, to find out the number of their soul.
Oh, this is more like a place for proper conversations. Broad, open, as vast as the high seas.
Hold your horses, Miss Regulus. If you were to speak of consuming beans again, I will have no choice but to send you into the depths of the sea.
Fine, fine. I haven't done anything yet.
Miss Sophia, could you please repeat all the taboos on the island? It was too dark in there. I didn't take them all down.
Worry not, Miss Sonetto. I have them all recorded.
1. Abstain from beans. 2. Do not pick up what has fallen. 3. Touch not a white rooster. 4. Do not poke the fire with swords. 5. Do not jump over a crossbar. 6. Do not cut wood on a main road.
인스타로 만지지 마.
7. Do not enter the hall in new garments. Enter the hall from the right and leave from the left. 8. Do not keep swallows around your house. 9. Do not sleep on a grave. 10. Make the
What strange obsessions are these?
This is an archaic arcanist group we're dealing with.
But what else are we going to do if we can't pick up the things on the ground?
You are indeed an irrational number.
Huh? What about me?
Though I can't identify the exact number of yours, it's never too hard to tell them. Like you are a very typical. Irrational numbers are disobedient, sometimes unreasonable, and they hardly play by any rules. Just like the
Disobedient, unreasonable, never play by the rules.
So that's what their judgment is based on.
Oh, she even gets the rock and roll part right.
Stop pulling my leg. This pirate will not so easily be defined. What about you? What's your number then?
I'm still learning. My time to reveal my number has not come yet.
Oh, you don't know? Well, you are an irrational number 2. Ouch! What is this? A grape?
Huh. A perfect parabola.
Oh, it's you again. I won't be bettered in a fight this time.
"37? Shouldn't you be off preparing for the doctrinal meeting?"
Six asked me to take care of our guests.
But I'm usually the one who receives the guests. Engaging with strangers might be a little difficult for you.
There's no causal link in these two events.
People always bother you with trifles only because you're fine with it.
Do not sleep on a grave, and do not cut wood on a main road. Idleness is the cause of the breakage of one's flesh and soul in the long journey of perfecting oneself. Those who have not yet found their numbers have even fewer excuses to be indolent. Besides, why would you place the head of a guest in your mouth?
She said she's going to eat beans.
That does not justify your action. Come to think of it, is she safe to bite if she had consumed the beans? Wouldn't that make you the bean eater as well? The right way to deal with this is to throw the offenders into the sea. Let the Gorgon current take them and confine them in the ever-repeating circular motion.
Oh yeah, this is the most optimal solution.
How come you didn't think of it? This is one of the most basic set problems.
Hello? Are we done with the chit-chatting? Conspiring to my face to throw me in the sea. Mind you, this pirate's tolerance has limits. Right in the bullseye. What? What's that look on your faces? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I didn't start this.
Regulus, did you just pick up the grape that 37 threw at you earlier from the ground? Did you just violate the rule of not to pick up what has fallen?
What?
이야, 진짜 하면 안 되는 거구나.
Get down! Abraxas incoming! It will take the offenders with it!
A chicken's head and 2 snakes as a feet. What? What on earth is that?
This is not good. They seem dangerous. Regulus, come to my side.
아브락삭스.
Look at my back.
이렇게 생겼다.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Talking now comes to the flying handbag for only 3,000
Don't blink.
Hey, I'm the support staff. How dare you? Handle it gently.
I hear something.
A little bit hot here.
A little trick.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
How dare you?
Who's hot?
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Don't be so serious.
Flying handbag for only 3,000
Right wing. Fine.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Don't blink.
We should listen to
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
Try for free. Try for free.
Huh. Red 38 is about to return.
Regulus!
뭐야 잡혔어?
Captain! I can't leave her alone. This apple shall follow her.
A toast to Regulus.
씨.
To her ever-fighting spirit of breaking away from jails, no matter how many times she has been put behind bars.
Luckily, she didn't have any beans.
May her soul be cleansed in the dungeon. What a mess. Ena eftegramot mima. Schimatizate otan enosume dios semia. Timekeeper, did you see that?
The arcane skills cast by the congregation on this island are very different from those we have seen. Mr. Apple is with Regulus. She won't be in danger for now. Let's follow Sophia.
We have wasted too much time on unnecessary matters. Miss Furton, this is the place you've journeyed to visit. The Hall of Apiron. This is where we share our knowledge of Numa, which is also the storm you've been referring to. Before you enter the Great Hall, please place your right palm on the stone and swear to it solemnly. I wish to be baptized in the water of Gnosis and be rid of the long darkness of ignorance. I ask my tongue to be taken, for it has spoken mindless words, and I shall stay silent for the truth. I choose to leave the fragments of matters behind me and enter the great hall of forms as clean as a newborn. I swear to let matters stay in the world of matter and a form in the world of forms. I swear to reveal no secrets, or my heart shall be taken by the vulture, my body consumed in flames, My soul trapped in the endless wheel of birth. Now, knock 3 times on the stone. Put on these ceremonial dresses. That'd be all. Remember to enter the hall from the right and leave from the left. You are the humblest audience here, hence not allowed to speak. Please, stay quiet and keep the secrets you heard at heart. I will arrange your meeting with 6 after this.
No problem. Miss Sophia, could you give us some privacy?
Please, enjoy. I have nothing more to say.
Vertin, are we really going to do this? That oath we have to make to enter the hall sounds vicious.
To stay quiet and keep the secrets. It's similar to the training we once received. I can go inside on behalf of Timekeeper.
No, I'll come with you, Sonetto.
But
I can't sense any sign of arcane skill on this stone. The oath is more of a formality than a curse.
The warning is lifted then?
But when Sophia repaired the floor in front of us with her arcane skill, there's no fluctuation of arcane power either. I can't even sense the slightest signs. It's either a kind of arcane skills we're not able to detect, or the moment we stepped onto this island,
we've been trapped in a tremendous ritual. That's to say, any arcanum used on this island is only a part of this giant flow. We don't know where this flow is leading us. We know nothing about it. It's too perilous, Timekeeper.
I know, Sonetto. But as long as we obey their rules, we won't get into other trouble. The doctrine of the Aperon is to live in solitude and seek nothing but the truth. In fact, they've never been aggressive towards us.
I think of this differently. Think, the pure blood arcanist community, the unknown arcanum power, and the obsession with certain knowledge or identity. Sound familiar?
Yet, we haven't spotted any traces of the Manus here.
Manus Vindictae is like the rat living in the gutter. I don't think they will let go such a favorable chance.
Which means we need to find out the truth.
I believe in Timekeeper.
I have 0 interest in this meeting. I'll stay outside to keep a lookout. Take care.
I wish to be baptized in the water of Gnosis and be rid of the long darkness of ignorance.
I ask my tongue to be taken, for it has spoken mindless words, and I shall stay silent for the truth.
I choose to leave the fragments of matters behind me and enter the great hall of forms as clean as a newborn.
I swear to let matter stay in the world of matter, and a form in the world of forms.
I swear to reveal no secrets. Or my heart shall be taken by the vulture, my body consumed in flames, my soul trapped in the endless wheel of birth.
Fellow brothers, sisters, our quest for Gnosis had suffered 3 unprecedented crises. First was the discovery of irrational numbers, and then the creation of imaginary numbers. Last was the loss of the grand unification of different lineages. The truth was buried, and history was rewritten. But the emanation is not a crisis. Instead, it's our last salvation. The supreme existence has once again shown itself to us. The door to the everlasting transcendent world of forms has opened once again. As Numa pours down, things are rewound to the world of light. Everything in the world of matter breaks into pieces, for they are as delicate as a petal before it. We, who have the honor to witness the emanation of Numa, have the privilege to survive the turning of the Wheel of Birth. Because we know the truth. Our survival is destined. It is the beginning of a mission to bring the unseen truth into this world. Thank you. The next orator is 37, our smallest irregular prime, and the brightest star of Hermes.
The emanation in 1929 only lasted for 2 days. All methods to calculate the Numa emanation failed. We found no pattern in the occurrence of time reversal. All our efforts in the past 4 years have gone completely wasted. That's the end of my speech.
아르카나?
Regna sereno, intenso ed infinito.
Who did that?
아, 그냥 떠든 게 아니라.
Who broke the silence?
마법을 써서. 그러면 잡힐만 감옥 갈만한 것 같긴 한데. 환영이라고? 아르카나 10년.
Sorry, Timekeeper. I just... Get ready to run, Snetto. The Abraxases are coming.
Look at my back.
Wanna
watch the aerial stunts?
Don't be so serious. Flying handbag for only 3,000 silver
A little
aunties.
trick. Gee.
And take it easy. Flying handbag for only 3,000 silver
Right
aunties.
wing.
Try for free. Try for free.
Gee.
Who's hot?
Wonder what
Who's
kind?
so loud? Agents have guns.
A little trick. Don't blink. Haven't you eaten? Time.
I hear something.
Swallow my exhaust. Don't blink.
Legends have guns. It's called common sense.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
Can somebody tell me why I constantly get locked up ever since I've known Vertin? First locked up in a suitcase, then a Foundation cell, now this! Oh, what else could it be if Vertin weren't the jinx?
네가 잘못해서 잡힌 거잖아.
Lads! I know what's going on! You got the wrong person! She is the most irrational number here! I'm knocked. What does it say here? Freedom will be granted once the proof is completed. That's to say, I have to prove myself not an irrational number to get out of here. Which is exactly what I've been trying to do, isn't it? Rat. Ugh.
Captain, maybe you're in the wrong direction. This apple presumes that the followers on this island have a close connection with Pythagoreanism.
Pythagoras? That ancient Greek mathematician? The guy who said something about the opposite side of a right triangle? Isn't he the guy who lives in sometime BC?
Maths is only a part of the Pythagoreans' achievement, but from a more universal perspective, they are a mysterious group of scholars. Believing things are made up of numbers, venerating integer numbers, abstaining from beans, and the religious collective lifestyle. These are all pointing to Pythagoreanism. The earliest Pythagorean school perished because of the discovery of irrational numbers, which explains their odium of it. At that time, a deviant student named Hippasus discovered Root 2, and the theories based on the ratio of integers they hold dear were upended. Hippasus himself was drowned in the sea. This apple assumes they see the integers as the standard of virtue, and people can increase the number they rank through study and self-improvement. Besides, they are convinced that a numerical code is hidden in everything and everyone. Whoever can solve the code can obtain the truth of the world.
All right, now I know what's going on. This pirate has had enough of this moral standard, which is obviously prudish, backward, and lacks humanitarian spirit. I'm going to tackle the root cause of this misfortune. I'm breaking out!
Why am I not surprised? The captain quickly gives the sufficient and prerequisite condition to prove herself an irrational number. This apple may be able to offer some help.
What's happening? An earthquake?
All Abraxases are flying in the same direction. Is this their habit, or...
Ah! The roof is about to collapse! So far, this place has made the London Juvenile Detention Centre a heaven on earth. Oh, is there a piece of paper? Did one of the Abraxases drop this? Strange. The unsolvable puzzle. Is this a math problem? 0.4, 0.7, 1, 1.6, 2.8, 5.2, 10 and 19.6. 8 numbers in total are listed in this order.
There are 8 symbols below, respectively representing the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus. Maybe it is a hint that we should fill the symbols in the blank box after the numbers. That sign says to complete the proof. Does it mean to solve this puzzle?
Ha! How unsolvable can it be? Clearly, each of these 8 numbers should represent one planet. We can easily find the missing planet by trying them one by one. And our Mr. Apple here is the king of the Times crossword. Yes?
I think there is a difference between this and a crossword. In this apple's humble opinion, the ratio of certain numbers should match this number sequence, such as the radius, volume, or rotation period.
Wouldn't the sun be absurdly large if these numbers stand for their sizes? Hey! The underground critters are back! Go away! Don't touch my notes! It's not your food!
Anyone offer your seat to the senior? Work hard. Take it easy. Oh? Flying handbag for only 3,000 Turbidantes. Hey!
Retreat! What? I can't make a call?
Handle it gently.
Here's something. Pigeons have guns.
Don't blink.
Good common sense.
Wanna watch the aerial dance?
Easy. So loud.
Oh.
Bloody truck. Handle it gently. The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Talking out calms people down.
A little bit hot here.
Retreat! What? We should can't make the call?
Take it
Here's
easy.
Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Hold on, please, Captain. Seems like the critters are trying to tell us something. They are pointing at the sign of the sun.
Is that so? Even the critters on this island know math. The sun. What if the sun is just here to serve as a reference point? I read an IAU's report in the Times 2 years ago. You know, the International Astronomical Union. Earth's average distance to the sun is approximately 93 million miles. As for Mercury, the average distance is 36 million, and Venus 67 billion miles. Let's say if we take the distance between Earth and the Sun as one astronomical unit, then the distance between the Sun and Mercury would be approximately 0.4 units, and Venus 0.7 units. There you go! These numbers are the ratio of their average distance to the Sun to the Earth-Sun distance.
The average distance from Mars to the Sun is about 142 million miles. Jupiter about 484 million miles. Saturn 886 million miles, and Uranus 1.786 billion miles. By rough calculation, and if we round the results to one decimal place, Mars would be 1.6 unit, Jupiter 5.2 unit, Saturn 10 unit, and Uranus 19.6 unit. That's weird. All these numbers one can hardly remember have become so clear in my mind.
But if these numbers stand for the ratio of distance, what's the planet for 2.8? There's no planet between Mars and Jupiter.
If the Sun is the reference, we will have one planet missing here. Is it really a puzzle unsolvable?
Aha! Nothing is unsolvable. You are looking at the solution. There must be one planet out there, unknown to us as of yet, located between Mars and Jupiter.
나 좀 도와줘.
What now?
우리 판정이 있던 것 같은데?
글자가 오 신기하다.
What is this? A celestial body, which I have never seen before.
Captain, this apple has an impression on this. There is indeed a star between Mars and Jupiter. It is called the Ceres, discovered by Piazzi Giuseppe, an Italian priest in 1801.
Ceres? Did we just validate its existence? Is the universe truly arranged according to this sequence? Could this be the ultimate key of everything?
Regulus! Regulus!
뭐야?
What are you doing? Good food poisoning after accidentally
아니 그
eating one of those
머리가
critters?
머리에 달려 있는 애가 아니네. 머리에 달려 있는 애를 잡을 수 있는데 나는.
Odd. My head hurts. What was that?
I'll make it short. Stanetta is in detention. They're planning to sentence her to death by giving her the poisoned wine.
Hey, what?
이걸 어떻게 안 되니?
As you can see, this school on the island lives in a box made by the truth. Even if they have a donut in their hands when they are hungry, they still see a topological space. Like the cute ring attached to an initiation toy. It's not food anyways. But if you give them a puzzle, they will enjoy it like the best Kaiserschmarrn. No. With all due respect, that thing in your hand is pretty old. The mold on it. But we have to admit, it is not just ordinary mold. It reminds me the young man firmly believed that the movement of the stars and the sun follows certain laws. And his point was even proven correct by Zeus's grandfather. When another gentleman observed the sky through the reflecting telescope he took great pains to make, a celestial body. What was it called? 19.6. The 8th number in the sequence, the 7th planet in the solar system, and the legendary. If the world was not created by God, are there any theories we can use? Yes. The one that says it never actually exists. Anyone can see the breach in this number sequence.
36배 안 할래.
That is the planet,
내려오지 마, 그냥.
which is supposed to be the 5th number in the sequence.
너 허접이야?
I mean, how come we have never seen it before, if it does exist?
아 진짜 얘 개빡친다 드레이크. 어떡하지 이거? 몰라 안 해. 응? 몰라 안 해. 왜 안 죽어 이거?
Either God is wrong, or we've been blind all this time.
야란
What do you
망겜.
think?
진짜 야란만 있었어도 깼다.
Oh, darling, I forgot that you are one of the boring. You need to
머리-
understand that we are
머리로
talking
이게
about a
치는 애면
forgotten
어떻게 했어? 날개를
masterpiece
쳐야
from the
돼가지고.
18th century. Back then, everyone still believed that the imaginary creatures living on the stars got to
그깟
witness
원수
the
50개
birth
돈으로
of
사는.
God's creations. And it was a beautiful dream, but it was still ended. Eventually, by another discovery. Not the Ceres, nor the Uranus, but a new planet. People found it through more precise astronomical data and calculation. Now we are clear of what we've been talking about. It's an unsolvable puzzle. We found the Ceres because it happened to be there. It is real, and no one can deny its existence. In other words, we can perfectly prove the rationality of mathematics because we invented it. It's been a good dream, I suppose. Now, imagine that you are walking alone in the darkest valley ever, trying to drag your fragile body upward as much as possible before, even if it's only in your imagination. You have.
An old admonition is engraved here. Let no one ignorant
지금
of
이따 일이 할 거야?
geometry or the irrational numbers enter.
뭘로?
37 told me
하면
were the
불러.
integers.
나 나가 있을게.
She's the genius kissed by the god of truth.
음.
She can see our numbers and has never made a mistake. But I don't understand. Why would you break the silence at the meeting?
I apologize, Miss Sophia.
I won't defend our behavior. You may save that apology for later. If you can persuade more than half of the people to vote for your friend's commutation, perhaps she won't be sentenced to death. I have gathered some case files from the past. I hope it will be of some help. These files are... But won't you be in trouble for helping us? I have my own reasons. Integers are the living example of virtues, the standard of purification. It represents a soul existing in the world of forms, a true being. It is the floating points behind the decimal which dent the process of our overall purification. The evil, the ones who violate rules knowingly, the ones who turn a positive number into negatives, and a civil person a criminal. If integers like you would lose your life over some unintentional mistakes, wouldn't it be a great shame? Besides, I can't stand the idea of you being killed in front of me.
Not rigorous. For one thing, we still don't know Vertin and Sonetto's numbers.
네가 정수라며.
For another, the fact that every crow we've seen is black doesn't necessarily entail that the next crow will also be black. Even if every virtuous person we met has been an integer, we can't be certain that the next one will still be an integer. Same case for irrational numbers.
You're right, 37. But people always tend to believe that virtuous people are integers. That is what we call belief.
Correct, but not entirely correct. Everyone can make mistakes. Numbers are just numbers. They are not associated with virtues.
Unlike me, you're always right, 37.
I don't know what differs us.
Will you be at the assembly?
Yes.
Then I will leave them with you. I'm not qualified to set foot in the Hall of Truth. I have done poorly in receiving the guests. I will ask 6 for my punishment after the assembly.
Huh? So you are not coming back to my laboratory? Neither will you help me review the calculation results or sort out the books?
The scripture shall not be challenged. What's more, any students here can help you in the laboratory. It doesn't have to be me.
Had I known, I would have let someone else welcome Vertin and her friends. Like 210. He loves to brag to young ladies so much that he would take the punishment willingly, right?
You were that someone else who was assigned to receive them in the first place. If I hadn't stopped you in time, how much longer would Regulus's head have stayed in your mouth? Not to mention what happened last time, and the time before that.
But the fact that I have messed up all the receptions before doesn't mean I may excel in the next one. The chances of messing up the first reception and the 100th reception are the same.
Whatever you say, you little sophist.
Everyone says so. But compliments won't help her find her number. So, Vertin, are you ready for the debate?
눈이 반짝거려.
Does that mean you will help us? Of course.
왜?
I don't want to miss the chance. What chance? The chance to see your numbers. There's no greater knowledge than the knowledge of oneself. And there's no more exciting truth than the truth of oneself. I can quickly tell which types of numbers you are, but it requires proof to know the exact number of your soul. I want to know the answer before you see your own numbers. So it's 37 who proves it, not Vertin.
I'd be glad to give this chance to you.
That's boring. Let's go, Vertin. The assembly's about to start.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. I'll defend myself. Back in the Foundation, I once won a public debate of a similar nature. This is my duty. I won't let it get in the way of the team's investigation.
Sonetto.
By our tradition, Miss Sonetto will be given the poisoned wine, so she will be muted and stay that way forever. However, Sophia raised her objection against the decision. After giving the matter some discreet thought, I have decided it is necessary to hold an assembly and take care of it democratically. Those of you who agree to the death sentence may remain seated. Those of you who wish to commute Miss Sonetto's punishment, please put your pebble into the pot in the middle of the hall. Now, Miss Sonetto, Miss Vertin, you may defend yourselves. Until the sand in this hourglass falls to the bottom.
I am Sonetto from St. Pavla Foundation. I wish all the honorable audiences here would lend me their ears to hear my defense as a humanitarian gesture.
What number are you? Defendant, the court requires an answer. What is your number?
What? Me? No, I don't have a number.
Don't waste our time. People without a number cannot stand in the Hall of Truth. All her words are void. Sentence her to death now!
어이가 없네.
42's argument is valid. Defenders, what do you wish to contend?
What? It's valid?
Objection! According to the record, the last time we inflicted severe punishment was in 1980 to a visitor who ate beans. He ate a carbuncle that feeds on beans,
콩을 먹은
and he was
카보크를
sentenced to death according to the set theory. In our scripture, eating beans is the most evil sin, which undoubtedly fits the most severe punishment. But if we are now executing people for breaking the silence at the assembly, how would it reflect our attitude towards the consumption of beans? Has the latter become less sinful? I suggest Sonetto's punishment to be commuted.
일리 있어.
A good argument.
37's argument is deemed valid. The debate will continue.
Objection.
110인가 그럴 줄 알았어.
The punishment for eating beans is to throw the offenders into the Gorgon current, while the punishment for the silence breaker is to drink poisoned wine. Among all the punishments we have, there's no other punishment more dreadful than being thrown into the Gorgon current. Because eternity and infinity are the two things we have the least knowledge of, which makes them the most ghastly punishments among all. Giving her the poisoned wine doesn't make the consumption of beans less sinful. Her argument is invalid.
제스처 개꿀 같네.
Objection! Both of the crimes would fall into the same category if we are taking the punishment as a frame of reference, which is death.
Objection. The two crimes in question are not commensurable, which makes your comparison invalid.
What's this? I'm completely lost in this irrational debate. I see. So that's how it works. Timekeeper?
Relax. I will help you.
I object.
그래서 전투가 왜 있는 거야? 뭐랑 싸우는 거야? 아, 말싸움 표현하고 싶었는데.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
I'd like to start by quoting 42's first argument. People without a number cannot stand in the Hall of Truth. In that case, it's not possible for Sonetto to commit a crime in the Hall of Truth.
What?
Good point, Vertin. This is our chance to out-argue them.
Yeah, take it easy.
What?
Try for free. Try for free. Handle it gently. Take it easy. A little bit hot here.
These are merely clumsy sophisms. We've all seen her break the maxim.
Objection! What you see cannot be submitted to the court as a transcendental fact. It's nothing but the fragments of the phenomenal world which can't be used in your argument.
Objection sustained. Please, ladies and gentlemen, keep the debate logically.
Since Sonetto has no number, and a person without a number does not, Sonetto thus didn't offend your truth. She didn't break any rules.
Blood, take it easy. The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Objection! The rule breaker has a number. We can all tell that she is very likely an integer. Therefore, she should be identified as an unknown.
42's argument is...
Tell you a secret, Vertin? We would call criminals negative numbers.
I got it!
Handle it gently. Would you buy me a drink?
그렇게
My
따지면
child, here's something fun for you.
별로는 의미 없다는 거 자체가
Hey.
하는 거 아니야? 숫자 있다는 거잖아. 그럼 네 말대로 어이가 없네 이 새끼가. 내
It
빈다리
is
핫바지로
easy
보이냐?
to prove Sonetto's innocence. According to the law of the excluded middle, Sonetto either committed a sin or committed no sin. The two statements cannot be both, since we consider a criminal as a negative number, and a non-criminal, that means she doesn't belong to the criminal set. She did not commit a sin, and did not... I hereby demand to modify the criminal sentence that...
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
The law of excluded middle. A good, but pitifully, you've made a fate. You've taken my argument as the basis of your defense. I said people without you don't have a number either, Miss Outsider.
네가 아니라며. 네가 뭐지 정수지만 정해지지 않았기 때문에 가능하다며. 네가 네 입으로 말했잖아. 어이가 없네.
There's no time left. Vertin has a number. I saw it.
What? 37. Do you know what you're saying?
Yeah. I read her number. Just now. 13's number is 0.
에?
Come closer. That's right. Take a few more steps and immerse yourself. That pad of paper from the miss? Yes, the one wielding the ruler is quite valuable. One visitor to the island took out a baguette from his luggage. To share it with others, he made an attempt to parcel it off. Another, you can learn the punishments for them from the paper. The former was thrown into the sea, while the latter into the further sea. Only God knows how this wine-dark sea holds so many visitors. debate. That's really a pain in the neck for that logical, pragmatic assistant of yours, isn't it? People always tend to mark what they can't figure out as arcanists' doings, as if things would make sense once they do so. But it won't change the fact that the debate is only a game involving sophistry, improvisation, and straw man fallacy. So what makes it superior to beans, if the form is what they are really after? Anyways, whoever fools the others first will win the game. No arcanum at all. And that argument of hers is the best attraction for the audience. A special number. A 0. That's ambitious, darling, and I love it. But whoever tries to eat up this elephant with one bite will get all bloated. By then, I guess you would be eager to throw up the elephant and turn back in. See, just like you, people are always on the way to finding something that can satisfy them undoubtedly. As if what they already have was disappointing. Now, back to the number we just talked about. Oh, you owe that spirited little genius a thank you. By the way, what do you see in her number? I always know you're a quick learner. That's right. 37 is only 37. Why not deify the one that is able to reach the truth when you have the chance? It's much easier to pin your hopes on up. I guess you also did. It's okay. She never... What a good...
Who ate beans? It could be found. Uh-huh. The form is a bubble. How troublesome. It could be found. Are you irrational numbers? The form is a bubble. The final demonstration that... Welcome to the world of numbers. Uh-huh. It could have been that. Time to check my calculation. Form is a bubble. How troublesome. Irrational. The final demonstration that. Welcome to the world of numbers.
"37. You just said Vertin's number is 0. Do you know what it means?
Very clearly.
Would you be able to submit proof to a payron?
No problem.
Half of you in this hall have put in the pebbles. If 37's argument is found to be true, every argument Vertin has spoken in Sonetto's defense will be deemed valid. Sonetto will be exempt from the punishment. I will announce the result once 37's proof has been validated by a payron. Thank you for your time.
Sonetto! Timekeeper, I'm so sorry. I tried my best, but still I couldn't understand the debate. I failed again.
What happened to her? Come here, little girl. We need to move her outside.
뭐야, 왜 갑자기 착한 척이야?
Lie her down on the ground and wipe her palm and feet with dew and peppermint oil. That would be okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The distinguished number 0. I'm kidding. I'm 210. Well, instead of the number, I prefer people call me the rhetorician.
I've heard your preachment. Pretty demagogic.
That's how logic works. With logic, I can prove that you'd cease to exist in the next moment, or that there are no other people in this world except me. Achilles can never outrun a tortoise, and a flying arrow is forever motionless. This debate is nothing but meaningless wordplay. That pacifist let you off this time. 6. A perfect number indeed. For he knows the benefit of reconciliation.
이 씨발 새끼들 다 짜고 치는
Who wants to
판이었어.
have blood on their hands and be devoured by the cycle of hatred. Yet it's a torture for any intelligent mind to hear such an immature debate. Can you feel the suffering of our leader now?
I'm sorry.
엥? 왜 미안하다고 하는 거야? 이 씨발 니들이 말을 그따구로 하니까 그렇게 크는 거 아니야? 니들이
No
먼저
apology
족같이
needed, Miss
불렀잖아.
Outsider. I also feel sorry for your pain. Given that 37 has revealed your number.
What do you mean?
37. Our evil little genius. The most cunning star of Hermes. She's been having fun revealing others' numbers for a long time. Our numbers are our essence. And it's also the most important proof we get once in our lifetime. But she enjoys taking that opportunity away from you. Just because her talent allows her to do so.
꼴받네.
She did that to her friend, too. She found out Sophia's number. But without casting an eye on that paper with her number on it, Sophia threw it into the sea. Sophia is Sophos. But you, I pity you.
It doesn't seem like trouble to me.
Alas, poor little Vertin. You still don't understand. The number of our souls suggests our fate. It might be changed through algorithms temporarily, swirling, shifting, or transforming alongside other changes occurring on the coordinate axis.
연병을 하는구나.
But in the end, we can only be ourselves. 1 is thought. 2 is opinion. 3 is wisdom. 4 is strength. 5, enthusiasm. 6, harmony. 7, order. 8, philanthropy. 9 is restraint, while 10 is completion. 0, however, is in the middle of the axis, the origin of the frame of reference. It's neither positive nor negative, neither prime nor composite. Things are ever changing, but you stay the same. Your loneliness also lasts forever. This is your fate. Being exposed in full view of the crowd, yet you know nothing about it. 37 was acting on impulse, yet she opened Pandora's box. She leisurely reveals your fate. That carefree behavior makes no difference to picking up a shell
족같이
on
선동질
the
안
beach.
했으면 그게 숫자를 바뀔 필요도 없지 않았을까?
How could I not pity you?
네가 잘못했잖아 이 씨발 새끼야.
Miss Vertin.
뭐 이 개새끼야. 뭐또 족같은 말 하려고.
37's proof has passed the review.
그래.
Your friend will now be exempt from the punishment for violating the rules. However, she has to take some catch-up lessons on the scripture. Please, meet me at the hall tomorrow at noon. I would have words with you.
이 족같은 데서 빨리 떠나고 싶은데 아닌가? 꼭 보고 또 정보 알아가야지.
만족합니다.
그렇습니다. 왜 정수기 없지?
정수기 찾아볼 수 없었습니다.
너 그럼 생수 사고 있어?
갖고 갔어.
오케이. 나도 아마 거기 갈 때 생수 한 박스 아니면 뭐 그냥 대충 6개 들고 갈 듯?
근데 뭐 근처에 GS도 있어가지고요.
인터넷으로 생수 사면 1.5리터 24개에 10,000원이야.
너 지금 그 무거운 거를 너희 집까지 배달달라 한 거야? 택배기사님한테?
당연하지.
진짜 쓰레기 많아. 그렇게 하지 살지 말자, 조연아.
우리 집 옆집이 GS야.
좀 레전드긴 하다고.
우리 존나 편생관이네.
야식 조심해야겠다, 진짜.
맞습니다. 그냥 옆집이 호스트인 것부터 쉽지 않다. 집 밖에 나가는 순간 야식 생각이 난다.
So they were constrained to look nowhere but to gaze at the wall in front of them. When they dropped their eyes, they saw their own body. When they looked up,
처음부터 다시 봐. 이런 씨발. 아니 이거 씨발 스토리 스킵하면 다시 못 봐. 이런 족같은 시스템이 다 있어.
$37. You just said Vertin's number is
Very clearly.
Would you be able to submit proof?
내 14, 이 개색.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior? Handle it gently.
Don't be so furious.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 papadontes. Try for free. Try for free. How dare you?
Retreat! What?
Wonder what time.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Oh. Don't blink. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Take it easy.
Don't be so furious.
Oh.
Hey.
Haven't you eaten?
We should be.
Fine.
I hear something. Secrets always hide in careless ways. Listen carefully. Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
ВДВ. Сколько побед. Swallow my exhaust.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
Before this negotiation begins, I wish to tell an allegory to the two of you. A group of people were imprisoned in a cave. Behind them, there was a fire. Before them was a tall, solid wall. Their legs and necks were chained and fixed, so they were constrained to look nowhere but to gaze at the wall in front of them. When they dropped their eyes, they saw their own body. When they looked up, the flickering light of the fire fell over them, and they only saw the shadows of what was passing behind them. No one had lived one day outside the cave. The shadows cast on the wall all there was to be perceived as reality. They had no knowledge of the real world. One day, one of them escaped from the cave, walked into the light, and saw the true world with his own eyes for the first time. Everything he saw or felt in the cave was nothing more than a mere shadow of the object's true form. Our world is a poor one, Miss Verton. The phenomenal world is the cave in this allegory, where we are surrounded by shadows or some humble fractions of the truth. It is ugly, frivolous, filthy, perishable, subject to decay, and filled with hollow desires and meaningless struggles. Only the wise can walk out of that cave and see the world as it truly is. In that eternal, transcendent world, everything is in its most perfect form. I pray that you, Miss Verton, the representative of St. Pavlov Foundation, and you, Miss Arcana, her counterpart of Manus Vindictae, would pay heed to my words. Everything you've been fighting each other for means no more than some fragments of phenomena to us. There's only one thing worth doing. That is, to seek higher wisdom, develop one's virtue, and achieve greatness in life. We have never set foot on the soil dampened by the storm, nor have we ever been involved in the disputes brought by the torrents of time. I beg you, do not take your conflict in the phenomenal world into the realm of truth.
For certain. It was never my intention to sully the sanctuary of truth.
Then, to prevent a situation like this from happening again, I would like to ask you two to carve your names on these 2 stone bangles and drip a drop of your blood on each of them. Once the bracelet is put on, no one will be able to remove it. From now on, as long as you're on this island, none of your people will draw blood from one another. Or the bangle shall draw all the blood from you. The peace agreement is so decided.
너만 껴?
I appreciate that. I'll sign it. The peace agreement.
Lady Vertin, we meet again. I wish the best to thy friend.
잘 살지.
She's doing well, thanks to you.
You're most welcome. Thou shalt quench, for times hath changed. I would not wish to shed even a drop of Arcanist's blood in vain.
But Schneider should be the victim of a merciless bullet?
Vertin, my pitiful child. Did you forget? That merciless bullet cameth from a gun never belonging to me.
물론 그러시겠지.
What's Manus Vindicte's purpose to be here?
Hearken the archaic wisdom. Just as thou doest. I am not surprised. I adore thy visage, Lady Vertin, emotionless in the storm. Alas, no man shall bravest the storm and live, including thee.
A wooden box in the Elitiao's base has my name on it. Was that your doing?
Sadly, it wasn't. I hope thee findeth the answer satisfactory.
이 글자가 아닌 건 어떻게 알아? 우리가 시켰다는 거네.
It's burning.
Is that Miss Arcana? Miss Arcana, please, don't go! Save us! And save us!
No! Come back! Come back! You ignorant foreigners! I just started introducing vectors and matrices, and that's the most interesting part! Vertin! Great! You always show up at the right time and right place! Stop them as people! Whatever it takes!
you, climbing out of the cave in the allegory. They must have tried to fill your little brain with long preachment. But you should feel lucky, because at least they didn't give you a quiz right after that. Oh, how modest you are. Try to reach the corners of your mind. Yes, those people in gowns. White gowns with gray diamond patterns. Teacher, instructor, tutor, they educate, but they have nothing to complain about. They showed you a broad avenue in their teachings where you could enjoy a sense of security with all the solid ground, convenient automobiles, and warm sunshine. And at the end of the avenue, there is a distinction between good and bad here, and it's as clear as our innate sense of right and wrong. But in fact, there exists another path in the woods. It's much less traveled, leading to the unknown darkness which cannot be seen with eyes or proved false. So, which will you take? Oh, that's not an easy choice to make. This grandma must give you a round of applause. I would have even pinned a boutonniere to your suit. You've seen the living proof. Many were freaked out. Oh, my. Here's some good news to cheer you up. Actually, there's still... I'm sure you know that myth. You shall take the soul of your love out of the underworld, yet you shall not look back. The ones with the belief set off. They entered the dark woods barefooted, yet moved so smoothly. They kept their mouths shut and eyes forward. They never turned back, never picked up what was not theirs, never set foot on. They showed frugality, patience, and wisdom in the face, so the beasts continued to lurk in the shadow. And the ones with the belief passed through the woods safely. Think about what I just said. That which is real is reasonable. Never look back in the woods, darling. If you don't want to be... Yes, we'd better stay awake, stay calm. But then there comes the problem. How can anyone... How can you ignore your love? Of course. You will cry the loudest. After all, there is no need to enter the woods if the soul-stirring scenery is not what you are after. No. So you better let it slip your mind, darling. Just let it go and hurry forward. Remember to keep your eyes shut and hold your breath. When you do so, the scenery will no longer mean anything to you, nor will the fragrance of the flowers. Is that what you want? Don't worry. We have plenty of time. You may come back at any time and pick another way.
Congratulations, Miss Sonetto. You are the fastest learner of our doctrine among all the visitors in the past half-century. On behalf of all orators, I award you this laurel wreath.
No, I wouldn't have achieved this without your guidance. Those mathematics statements are really inspiring. I've learned a lot. But there's still something confusing me, such as Pythagoras and his golden thigh, his memory of the previous lifetimes as the son of Hermes, and the transmigration for every 216 years. Could you please tell me more about these?
Why would people fail to see the charm of the matrices? This is not right. I need to spend more time on teaching.
Anyone? Anyone, save us!
Thus my journey of art is doomed to fail. I really don't want to study maths anymore. Help.
Timekeeper, you are here.
I heard that you completed all the lessons on the scripture. This laurel wreath suits you well.
Timekeeper, I'm sorry. At the assembly, I failed to understand the arcanist's logic. It was totally different to the debates I have participated in. But now I have...
That was not your fault, Sonetto. It is now behind us. I need to tell you something more important. I've signed a peace agreement with Arcana, and the price of breaking it is... death.
What? So Manus Vindictae is also restrained by the stone bangle like we are.
Yes, she put it on without hesitation. But I don't think her purpose would be as simple as hearkening the ancient wisdom. I attacked Manus' followers earlier as 37 asked me to. But I received no punishment from the bangle. Perhaps this island makes its own judgment on what to be classified as hostility, like it has a mind of its own. Sonetto, do not report this to the headquarters before we figure out how the bangle works. After all, there are many other things to investigate on this island, other than Manus Vindictae.
I see. I will contact Miss Juvis and Miss Moiselle first and keep an eye on Arcana. Timekeeper, this island, the Manus' mask, and your suitcase are all immune to the storm. Does this mean we could collect more asymmetrical nuclide R samples?
I tried to collect some samples last night in the outer region of the island. But the detecting device showed nothing. If we were to find out more, we have to go to the center area.
What are you conspiring now? Do not poke the fire with swords, and do not jump over a crossbar. The assembly will not be held every time when there's a crime. Please take heed of my warning, and do not overstep the line. Learn a lesson from them.
Lilia, didn't you say you have Regulus with you safely?
Apologies, Vertin. I was going to rescue Sonetto through a very creative underground tunnel. But things didn't quite go as planned.
Not a bad innovation for a simple clap on the forehead. If only you didn't miscalculate the location of the explosion.
This apple is grateful that it didn't get blasted into a puddle of apple jam.
Warning. Shell cleaning required. Warning.
I don't know why, but when I was in that cave, ideas kept flooding into my head. Though, judging by the outcome, they weren't all good ideas.
On a routine patrol, I found them trying to break into the cave. I'm not surprised that an irrational number would try to trespass on forbidden grounds. But you two? The integer and the fraction? What were you doing with her? This is a serious crime.
Do we have to go through this debate again?
It's okay, Timekeeper. I will defend Regulus. I've thoroughly studied the scripture, and this time I'm sure I can do better.
Forget it.
Forget it. It is unwise to waste time trying to understand an irrational number's motive. Besides, we should let the reckless take care of the least important matters. That's it. Regulus, you will come with me to clean the beach.
Huh? Me? Again?
Since you have too many floating points, words of discipline would not work on you. We would have suggested you study with the rest of the students here. Abstain from eating meat, bathe in cold water, rise with the Apollo star, study our doctrine, read the scripture aloud on the beach, so as to remove your floating points and purify your soul.
What? I won't do any of that.
But taking your peculiar character into consideration, I decided that some compulsory labor would be the better option.
Oh, that's the best news of the day. I'd rather clean up the rubbish on the beach than be surrounded by people giving sermons all the time. At least the rubbish doesn't talk gibberish. I'd be dead if you didn't change your mind.
Regulus, studying the scripture is not that scary. They will teach you and guide you until you take full command. Just like taking lessons at school.
Huh? Is that what schools are like?
Haven't you been to a school, Regulus?
Haha! A great pirate would not remember trivial matters as such.
그래.
So, where were we? Which part of the beach needs to be taken care of by the great captain?
My laboratory.
Whoa! Where did you pop up from?
"37. Aren't you supposed to preach to the visitors?"
I've seen their numbers. A group of negative repeating infinite decimals. They will achieve nothing but to repeatedly step in the river of mistakes. I gave up on them.
Fine. Those of you who are complicit in breaking into the cave will also be sent to labor. Sonetto and Lilia will come with me to patrol. Regulus, you can go clean the lab. As for Verton, you will assist 37 with her study of the emanation. Don't waste more time on the trivial matters of the phenomenal world. Integers. That was the sole reason you were on this island, was it not?
Don't let down your guard. The arcanists on this island are not as easy to deal with as you imagined. Down in the cave, I heard some pretty alluring and intriguing anecdotes.
Miss Lilia, this way. You will cover this area.
Stay on the radio.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. Lilia and I will keep an eye on Manus Vindictae.
We are counting on you, Sonetto. I have a feeling we are coming closer to a big secret.
something. Talking out calms people down. Agents have guns. It's called common sense. These fucking rats. That's Pringle. No! What? What am I looking at? So your so-called sacred project is this gigantic IDM computer? I was curious about them during my stay in the Place. Those later versions of the model are so much better than the 66 ones. But this one doesn't seem that far advanced to those. This is not a junk piece the man has sold you, is it?
Items of the phenomenal world are all a waste. This one is long broken. After the emanation, we couldn't find anyone to repair it.
Why do you keep referring to the storm as the emanation? What does the emanation mean?
It is the waves of Numa. We are the expellees of the world of forms. We were banished to this damp and dark cave. Everyone here is obsessed with the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth. Numa, however, will lead us to escape the cave and return to a more supreme realm.
Eh? You make it sound like we're living in piles of rubbish.
Aren't we?
Of course not. If you ask me, I'd say you have absolutely no idea how wonderful the outside world is, because you have never left here to try it yourself. Dr. Pepper, the music festivals, Rory Storm, the Hollies, and the Rolling Stones. Oh, there are too many to count. If it weren't for this sick storm, I would still be riding a motorcycle in one of those races in London.
Your soul must be pretty contaminated.
And the computer, they can calculate extremely large numbers within seconds, better than hundreds of thousands of you combined together.
In the case of numbers, it's not the bigger the better. Also, this computer has never played a useful part in our study.
Come on, mate. You people just leave it in a cave. It's like sending an infant to the kitchen and waiting for it to bring you dinner. Never mind, you'll see what I mean after I fix it.
Can you fix an IDM Regulus?
No, but I've seen the Lepath people do it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I assume. Oh, the dust! When was the last time you sent people down here to clean? Oh, some critters are nesting here. Oh, did I break into your party?
진짜 이상한 그림다.
Bertin, come give me a hand. They won't let me touch them.
Some interesting works.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Don't be so furious. Flying handbag for only 3,000
A little trick.
Oh, don't be so hard. Hey, please handle it gently. Flying handbag for only 3,000
Dumplings.
Try for free. Try for free.
One of a kind.
Radio waves are
A
everywhere.
little trick.
Everywhere.
Take it easy.
I hear something. Talking out calms people down. Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
Blood. Take it
Wanna watch
easy.
the aerial stunts?
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Don't blink. Huh. Red 38 is about to return.
You fixed it. It's great to have you clean the laboratory, Regulus. Your floating point immediately reduced.
Oh, is that a compliment? Sounds like one to me. Thank you.
It's a wordplay, Captain. Infinity minus any numbers still equals to infinity.
Oh, fine, fine. I should have given up the idea of changing your eccentric sorting system a long time ago. What's the meaning of humans inventing computers if these machines were only left here for some critters to nest in?
Thanks to you, now we can have a look at the previous models, Regulus. But it's a pity since it only has the data before 2003. Everything in the past 4 years has gone missing. This is our chronology, Vertin. From 1999 to 2007, the emanation has taken place 7 times. In the initial 4 years, the emanation has a pattern. First, it brought us back to the 90s, then the 80s, and then the 70s. After that, it suddenly leaped to the 30s. In the subsequent 3 years, it took place twice. Every record here can perfectly match what is in the Foundation's files. Wait, these are the records before 2003, you say? But this one refers to the storm in 1966, which happened recently. These are indeed the records before 2003. What's following the records is our forecast.
That's to say, you prophesied the 1966 storm 4 years prior to its occurrence. How is this possible? That you are clever enough to develop such a precise mathematical model, while at the same time you just let the IDM become the home of these critters.
We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences.
You made such precise prediction even without leaving the island. That's incredible.
You don't need to go into a river to find out the pattern of its flow. Moreover, we would send people to observe in the phenomenal world. My mother was one of them. She is the co-author of this model. Nobody knows this computer better than her.
So you have a mother too?
아이씨 이게 그 소리였구나.
2? 37. Where is your mother now?
Like many people, she was restored to her true form. Since then, I took over this laboratory.
The form, you said? 37? What is it?
What kind of question is this? The form, or the essence, is what's left of you after all the fakeness has been peeled off.
Now we are listening to the New Year collection. The world-famous painting Mona Lisa was found and returned to Musée du Louvre in the afternoon of December 13th. The US Congress passed the Federal Reserve Act on December 23rd, formally establishing the Federal Reserve System. The conflict between Austria-Hungary and Serbia has escalated. Bulgaria challenged the Bucharest Peace Treaty. Tension is building up over the Balkan Peninsula. In London, futurists gathered under Big Ben, celebrating the upcoming 1914.
This is news of the outside world?
What about on your side?
Well, I am with Sophia. Arcana's still in the hall. She hasn't taken any action so far. Got it. Please keep an eye on the Manus followers. Be mindful of the restrictions set by the Bangle.
Who are you talking to?
Just checking up on Lilia.
Please stay vigilant during the patrol. This is the last place we need to check. We must keep this graveyard clean. Our dead deserve to be left in peace and undisturbed by the phenomenal world.
Miss Sophia, you said this is the graveyard?
Yes, the geometry graveyard it is called. 4 years ago, my father was restored to a geometric body on his way back to the island. So was 37's mother, who was also on that ship.
Why are you crying, Sophia?
I was wrong. We calculated it wrong, 37. We miscalculated the impacted area of the emanation. We thought the ships would be safe in the Gorgon current, but the safe area is in fact 5 degrees away. When the emanation happened, the bow of their ship had just entered the safe area. But it was too late. My dad is gone. So is your mom.
I know. But why are you crying? My mom and your dad have come back to us, right?
Have come back? Do you call this coming back? Like this? In the form of geometric bodies? Cold and silent?
돌아오긴
Being
했지.
pushed to the shore?
No. They have gone somewhere further. Look at them. These geometric bodies. How pure and how elegant. I've never seen such perfect geometric bodies before.
What the fuck?
If they are not from the eternal and transcendental world of forms, how should we explain this?
37?
뭐 어지럽게.
I'm going to study the emanation, Sophia. This is the best chance ever. The transcendental world finally opens its door to us. We will reach our hands to the forms and explore the oldest and eternal laws. Will you help me, Sophia? Next time I will definitely make a better calculation. I promise.
Thank you for assisting 37 with her research, Sonetto.
No, I didn't do anything. Timekeeper knows the storm better.
You have helped us greatly by just coming onto this island. For all this time, 37 has been locked up in the laboratory, refusing to talk to anyone, nor participate in any group study. Since the 2-day emanation in 1929. It is you who helped her revive her interest in other affairs in Apiron.
These are Timekeeper's contributions. I barely did anything.
I can't help 37. Because I don't see the charm of numbers. I lack the perception that an integer should have. That's why I can't see my own number.
The number's charm? Sorry, I have never thought about this. For me, Arcanum is my inborn mission. If you ask me, you are an unbelievably excellent Arcanist. You can flatten the ground, clean up the beach, and rectify errors. You did it in an efficient and precise manner, which is already an advanced ritual.
Any students who have sworn to knowledge can do this easily. They aren't doing my job because they wish not to waste time on these trivial fragments of the phenomenal world. Because they have seen the truth.
The phenomenal world is never complete. Like you can never draw a perfect circle there. No matter how much time you spend on it or how sophisticated your device is, it is impossible to draw a perfect circle in the phenomenal world. Arrows always exist. The floating points after the decimal can be reduced, but not destroyed. The perfect circle only exists in the abstract transcendental world. Of course, anyone in the world can find out the value of pi through the most primitive method. Egyptians, Greeks, Chinese, and Babylonians, they have all tried. They made circles with twine, painted on the ground with twigs, or measured the land with cubit rods. But none of them actually drew a perfect circle. However different their practices were, they found out the sole truth. The approximate value of pi. Because the essence of the circle is hiding in the imperfect manifestation of it. This is the truth. It is eternal, unchanged, pure, and transcendent. Anyone can reach out to it at any time, in any place, by any means, and everyone will get the same answer from it. The forms transcend all matters. The world of matters we live in is being flooded and destroyed by the tides of Numa. When the tides recede, what is left on the beach is the essence.
This doesn't sound right. Let me think. How come your theory reminds me of the Manus Doctrine?
"37. We see the storm very differently. Among all the other things, we saw it first of all as a disaster.
But earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, these are also disasters. These catastrophic events happen not because they have a reason to destroy. They just happen in this world, like we do. This is what my mother taught me. She must be proud that she's a perfect geometric body now.
I'm sorry for mentioning your mother.
Why do you apologize, Furton? Are you feeling guilty? This is a very unusual feeling for a number like you.
I don't get it. Why did you say my number is 0?
넌 또 뭐야? 아, 그거 올린다고? 가상면을 그거 오토 딸깍하면 되는 거 아닌가?
Bougie parfumée.
전술 계획이 무엇인지 알아볼까요?
나?